What happens when the needle of a good book gets lost in the haystack? That's what we're talking about on today's 5-Minute Books. I'm Garrett Robinson, independent co-author of the Realm Keeper series. I did get a haircut, thanks for noticing. And welcome to 5-Minute Books, the show where I promise to tell you everything you need to know about popular books in 5 minutes or less. This week is bestseller week, and I had to jump 7 spots down the list to find a fiction book I hadn't already reviewed. That book was The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. As always, this show will be spoiler-free. I'm sorry to say, this was the first title on 5-Minute Books that I had to abandon. I just couldn't finish it. But apparently I'm not the only one who had problems. The book only has a 3.8 out of 5-star rating on Amazon, which, on Amazon's rating system, is nothing to write home about. Even Divergent, of which you'll remember I was not a fan, has a 4.6 out of 5-star rating on Amazon. However, as always, your mileage may vary. This book has won a Pulitzer Prize for fiction, and no less than Stephen King wrote a glowing review about it in the New York Times. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's briefly go over the plot. This book is about a young boy named Theo Decker, born and raised in New York. His father is an alcoholic who abandons him very young, leaving him with a wonderful, artistic mother who struggles to make ends meet and provide him with a good life. However, when Theo's about 13 years old, his mother is killed in a terrorist attack at the Metropolitan Art Museum. They weren't even supposed to be there, but they were on their way to school for a disciplinary meeting because Theo had recently been suspended. Of course, this leads Theo to blame himself for his mother's death. By the way, that's not a spoiler, because it's pretty much the first thing that happens in the book. You know, after like 150 pages. In escaping from the wreckage of the museum, Theo, nearly delirious after the explosion, takes an invaluable painting called The Goldfinch from the rubble. The novel then tells the story of the next decade plus of his life, including the diverse cast of characters that he interacts with. These include Hobby, the kindly old furniture restorer who takes pity on him, Pippa, the young red-headed girl he falls madly in love with, and Boris, Theo's best friend in adolescence. All major moments in the rest of his life hinge around the painting he inadvertently stole and thereafter keeps secret. From when his father reappears to further complicate his life, to when he moves back to New York when he gets older, to paraphrase Nat King Cole, the painting is the thing. So this sounds like a good story, right? Well, it is, but here's the thing. This book is dense and long, in my opinion, about 2 or 3 times longer than it needed to be. The print version of the book is 850 pages long, but the bare bones of the story could have been told in about 150 pages. Reading the prose in this book felt like sifting through a mountain of lead that's streaked with occasional veins of gold. There is really good writing in this book. Brilliant turns of phrase and elegant wordsmithery, if you will. But, and again, this is my opinion, that good writing is buried in overwritten paragraphs that are heavy and laborious, verging on tedious. So while at times the book was able to pull me through with strength of prose alone, most of the time it was just a slog. And lest you think I just don't like good long-form prose, that's not true at all. I can read Dickens all day and night, but this book made Dickens feel like Hemingway. And I know what you're thinking. Garrett, who are you to disagree with the literary opinions of Stephen King and the Pulitzer Prize people committee? I don't know how it works. Who am I? I'm no one. I'm just an independent author and a reader, and after reading 400 pages of this book that felt more like 1,000, I had to quit. I don't know if you've ever seen the film The Wonder Boys. If you haven't, you really should. But while I was reading The Goldfinch, I couldn't help thinking about it. Near the end of the film, Katie Holmes has a monologue about Michael Douglas's overwritten literary novel, describing how he goes into so much boring detail about so many inconsequential things that neither author nor reader has any room to breathe, much less enjoy the story. Click on the video thumbnail to see what I'm talking about. So in summary, I give The Goldfinch 2 stars out of 5. If you like dense, wordy, rambling prose streaked with occasional moments of sheer, undeniable literary brilliance, you might enjoy it. Otherwise, you're gonna find it hard to get through. Thank you for watching 5-Minute Books. If you want to read The Goldfinch for yourself and rant at me about how wrong I am, you can do so by clicking on the book cover, which will take you to the Amazon bookstore via an affiliate link that helps fund the show. Your rant can go in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to see future reviews and other book-related goodness every day of the week, and we'll see you next time.